my god, what happened? Where? How? Help. How do I don't know, Google. Save me. Hey, what's up, my disappointing little cantaloupes? This is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we're going to be taking our first look at Update 25.4.0. So we're going to kick things off by reading you some things that you probably don't want to read yourself. Then we're going to go ahead and take our first look at the Quatz collection cosmetics. Then we'll jump into the simulacrum and play around with the newest weapon. So without ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what DE Mega has to say. So as you can see, Tenno Reinforcements Update 25.4.0, the only thing Grineer hate more than seeing Tenno cut through waves of Lancers is seeing them use Grineer weapons to do it. Wield the power of the Grineer's vast empire with the latest Tenno Reinforcements on PC, the Quatz Collection. The Quatz Collection includes... I think I got ahead of myself there. The Quatz pistol, a compact 4-barrel design packing a self-charging capacitor that discharges upon every reload from empty. Features auto hip fire and aim to fire looses a 4-shot instant burst. Quatz pro tip: start firing from the hip and aim while keeping the trigger held down to stay in auto mode. Now, I have gone and tossed some mods onto this. By the way, no polarities whatsoever. Definitely hurts there, but I haven't actually jumped in and played with it yet, so we'll take a look at that. Then we have the Amphis Staff, and this is like a classic Warframe weapon. Legitimately, this weapon, I think, was around before I even got into the game. I'm not 100% sure, but we're old relics, so I want to see exactly what's going on with this. The traditional staff weapon is making a triumphant return, fashioned with Grineer materials and balanced for more marine infantry use. The Amphis Staff has received a monstrous makeover that enables shock damage on jump attacks. So I want to see if it's better or if it's the same with a little extra flair. We'll check it out. The Galvanic Armor Bundle, repurposed pyramid military dress for a fast response to any situation. And spoiler alert, kinda like it. The Amphor Syandana, a Syandana assembled from scavenged internals of some unidentified mechanism, is still dusty from the desert where it was found. Maybe it should have stayed in the desert, but we'll take a look at that in a second. We have the Amphix Kavat Armor, a sleek molded body glove enhanced with... what? Pazio electric detailing? What the hell is that? Anybody in the comments below, let me know. Then we have the Amphat's Kubrow Armor, a sleek molded body glove enhanced with... you couldn't even give us a different one, I see. But I guess it's the same thing. Pick up the Quatz collection or any of the individual items by visiting the in-game market today and put Grineer technology to use, helping the Origin system instead of conquering it. Now for some people, y'all might care about this next one. I'm only reading it to you because I know that if I don't mention it, I'm gonna get bombarded with messages about it. The Domestic Drones Bundle. Add one of 5 new domestic drone variants to your orbiters for a little variety, or pick them all up for maximum domestic diversity. Keep the orbiter in spotless condition with the latest in corpus sanitation technology. Fucking hate it. We also have the Shaozwin Decoration. This antique Orokin string instrument once belonged to a great Dax. The ancient ballad Smiles from Duran is one of the few known examples of music composed for this instrument. Oh, okay, that might be something that might actually make an appearance in my goddamn orbiter. And then they also added arc gun ammo to simulacrum pickup areas, and then a couple other things that I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below so you guys can go ahead and take a look at this. I don't feel like there's anything too crazy that they've added or, you know, fixed. So, let's go ahead and take a look at these cosmetics. Yo, so you can't tell me that the shoulder pieces and the chest piece are kind of bumping. They look pretty freaking good. Even the knee pieces, look at those knee pieces. Now, it's a rare day that I like Grineer aesthetics. I think the only one that I really like beyond this one is the Wolf of Saturn 6 setup. But this looks kind of good. I love how it's asymmetrical and it has a little bit of a little kind of like coming across the chest piece. I also went ahead and tossed this on Mag because she's a little bit more simple when it comes to the way that she's set up. But interesting little thing here. Look, it's got a little nubule on this side that it doesn't have on this side. So it continues that asymmetry, but in a more subtle way. And it pairs really well with that little chest piece. Now, we're going to talk about that, that very, very interesting Sayandana that they were talking about, that I feel like they probably should have left in the desert, because I don't understand it, and I don't understand why you wear it. Now, here's the thing. I give DE a lot of shit about Sayandanas, and I was like, I want more back attachments, I want less shit that like drags on the ground. I feel like this was DE's way of saying, oh, that's what you want, bro? You can have it. Isn't it beautiful? It's weird, and I don't get it, and I don't like it. It's like you've equipped the Amphix on your back, but put a little drape over it. Not my favorite. However, listen, the people who did the armor did a great fucking job. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Kit Kat over here real quick, because they've got a little armor piece too, and I have to admit, I don't know what phasio electricity is, but dude, listen. It's a little weird, it's a little wonky. I'm gonna let the cat walk around real quick so that you can get him out of that bright ass light. But I think it actually looks kind of good. Like, it looks really unique, it looks very, very different. Keep looking back at me. I know, I'm watching you, I'm watching you. I like the way that it hugs the body like a glove. I like the cool dangly like attachment things that it's got going on. It like works really, really well with the kind of dangly bits on the tails. And as you can see, it even has like this little fan that comes across the back. I like it. I almost feel like it's like what Grenier Tropical would be, right? I'm kind of into it. Now, let me go ahead and swap over, put Aspen in stasis, and then we'll go ahead and bring out the doggo so that you guys can go ahead and take a look at that as well. Oh my god, go away. Okay, so admittedly, I'm not 100% sold on this one. It's a little bit strange looking, and I don't like the fact that he's got like some weird gas pipe sticking out of like his near butt back end. Like, I wish that it was more like coming over the top of his face than rather like this jawline weird thing that he's got going on. But let's let him have a little bit of a walk. Maybe it'll look better in action. Come on, babies. Let's get you out of that bright ass light. And I still don't think that it looks any better. It's just really, really distracting. He's got that little butt knob. I'm gonna say no to the butt knob. Are you going to bed too? As all of my pets like to do. Yep, you're gonna go lay down as well. I'm glad. I am that exhausting for everybody. So, if you're a Kubrow fan, maybe not necessarily the greatest. Quatz, I feel like won out on this end regardless. Let's go ahead and jump on into the simulacrum to take a look at the weapons real quick. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and kick things off with the Amphis, mainly because of the fact that I got really excited over this monstrous makeover, and I really wanted to see how it performed, but you'll see exactly how that works out in a second. But first, let's take a look at the stats. The critical chance is 7.5% with a critical multiplier of 1.5 times. Ooh. And also, its status chance is only 10%. So really, we're working with not much. Its IPS is mainly focused on impact with a little bit of slash and puncture to go along with it. However, you know, it connects with multiple enemies with each strike, so that should be good, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this baby in action. So, it makes me kind of sad because, tell me that this is not gorgeous. Look, what is that? Look at that magic. And all of that beautiful electricity does nothing beyond that. It would have been so cool if you did like a ground slam and that electricity kept like shocking enemies around it. But you know what? Let's go ahead and let's just do a little whack-a-doo. Now, of course, this is not a full build. I actually took a look at my Amphis build, and I had no, I had no forma on it whatsoever. But as you can see, it probably doesn't really deserve it. And I tried the whole it hits multiple enemies in a strike. I think it's just because it has some range. It has some range to it, but I don't think that this makeover is as monstrous as they would like to make it. It's pretty though. They should have said this pretty makeover, because I definitely agree with that. Now, moving along to the Quatz, this one's actually a bit different. I always get fascinated by the introduction of new mechanics, and I know that having different fire modes is not necessarily something that's different. However, the fire modes are actually accessed differently in this one. So we have an auto and a burst. If you are doing aim down sights, it is the burst fire. If you are just hip firing, it is going to be the auto. So as you can see right here, the auto has an accuracy of 40, a critical chance of 13% with a critical multiplier of 1.5. It's also got a 27% status chance, which isn't half bad. In addition to that, it does have IPS on it with electricity. So electricity is a part of it, but as you can see right here on the IPS, the slash isn't too far off from impact. I'm saying that mainly because of the fact that it does have a fairly hefty status component. Now, when we take a look at the burst, the accuracy is actually 90.9, which is kind of crazy. The critical chance jumps up to 27%, and the critical multiplier is 2.5 times. I will say, though, the fire rate is at 10, and it feels kind of slower than that. I don't know. I feel like I'm being lied to. The status, however, does drop off to 19%. So definitely keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and take a look at the way that this baby performs. Oh, and the reload animation is kind of beautiful. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a hip fire real quick. So this is the hip fire, and then you can aim down sights because, like they were saying, that's the freaking reload animation, by the way. Hold on, and then you can aim down sights. Boom! And that does do damage, by the way. That does do damage and let off an electrical shock. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks about this is I feel like... Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? It's kind of fun. That fucking animation is absolutely sickening, though. I love it. And then let's go ahead and take a look at how this performs as just a... Oh, wait, burst fire is this way. Sorry, it's a new way of dealing with all of this. But as you can see right here, you know what might be a good... Because right now I'm using it with viral, because I figured, you know, we might be able to take you know, advantage of some of that slash. But this might actually be a weapon that we want to play around with doing a corrosive build. So you use the primary. No, you know what? Let's save that for the full review after I get this completely leveled up. But this might be cool for doing like a corrosive build, to do like a hip fire, and then kind of like wear down the enemy. Then once you've kind of worn off some of that out of that, you could go ahead and start doing some headshots using the crit. That might be an interesting take on the way that it goes. Ooh, I'm already out of ammo. One of the things that I will say is I feel like the accuracy is a little bit of a lie. I feel like the I don't feel like it's 90. Number one, I don't feel like it's a 40 accuracy. You know what I mean? Maybe it is, but I feel like there's some recoil to it. It's a little bit sloppy. Oh, I love it. I love that animation. I just wish the weapon was a little bit better. But we'll do some playing. We'll get a full build on it. We'll experiment with a couple different elemental damage types and see really what works the best, because, you know, I haven't leveled this up quite yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the way that this builds. Right now, I feel like this is more of a fun weapon than anything. But let's see what we're starting off with, just in case you are curious as to what I'm doing with it at the moment. So as you can see right here, there are no polarities in this whatsoever, so I didn't get to play around with a full build, but we are rocking viral on it just because I thought we might be able to make something out of that slash. Maybe we're not, but this is what we're starting with. And for anybody curious about how I was playing around with the Amphis, this is the build for the Amphis. Listen, I don't know if I want to put any more formula on it and try out like a full build. Leave that down in the comments below. But regardless, let me know how you guys feel about the armor sets. Do you like the animal armor set as well? Because I felt like the Quatz one was pretty solid, right? Leave all of your feelings. Actually, one more thing. If DE were to revisit any other like olden days weapons, or make any kind of armor sets out of the olden days weapons, you know, leave that down in the comments below, because this is, I like this. and I'm thinking maybe an Oxomati version with like some little wingoos on the shoulder pieces, right? Anyway, I'm getting excited. Leave your feelings down in the comments below, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. Also, don't be a disappointing cantaloupe, alright? I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!